Oh, happy day, oh, happy day. Welcome, ladies, to Donna's Sewing Circle. Come on in. If you found me today, you must be a beginner quilter, and I'm so happy you're here today. Today, happy day, is math class. Yay. Unfortunately, when it comes to quilting, we do need to know a little bit about math, but I will make it easy. And if you get my companion workbook, which I have a link in the comments section below and in the description, it will help you make it easier. So you won't have to keep referring back to this video when you say, how am I supposed to figure this out? The book will help you. And it's not as hard as it seems. Even I, who barely passed algebra, who does not like math. I am a writer, so I love English and words. I never did like math. Anyway, I'm uh anyway, let's talk about some math. Okay, one of the first things that we as a quilter will find will be a seam allowance. A seam allowance is normally 1/4 of an inch. So a seam allowance is what you use when you sew two pieces of fabric together. This is 1/4 of an inch. You can see my seam line here. And most quilting projects, most anything that you sew requires 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And it's important that you sew a straight line to keep that seam allowance the same. If not, you're going to have trouble piecing your item together, because blocks are supposed to be 10 by 10, suddenly one's 9.5 and the other one's 10, they won't come together correctly. So it's very important that you keep the seam allowance. That's your first piece of math. And okay, there's a line. Where's my hooker? My needle goes through this line right here. See it? That's where my needle feeds through my foot. And then if you notice, there's a couple little lines right here. There's a line here and a line here. And normally I teach my beginner sewers to follow the edge of their foot until they get comfortable sewing a straight line. I believe 1/4 inch on this machine is this line here. You could take a ruler and measure and mark it on the face of your sewing machine. But as a beginner, I always tell people follow the line of your foot here, and that will help you learn to sew a straight line. Once you learn to sew a straight line, then you can go to the 1/4 inch. But as a beginner, I would follow the edge of your foot as a beginner sewer. That's not much of a difference. And if you do that for every block in everything you create, it'll work out just fine. I have lots of quilting books laying around. I collect them. But like this right here, it says finished block size is 12 by 12. What that tells you is when you're piecing your quilt together, for example, on my quilt, these bigger blocks here are 10 by 10. But when you, these pieces here, I specifically make larger. So when you're done, they're larger than 10 inches. And I do that on purpose because as beginner stitchers, quilters, beginners have a very hard time sewing a straight line. So I purposely have the blocks larger, so when they sew them together, it's a little more forgiving. And then they square those blocks up to 10 inches. And I don't have an unfinished block to show you what I'm talking about. So this block is cut out by 10 by 10. This, when you join all 4 blocks together, might come out as 10.5 or 11. If you don't cut this down to size, your first quilt, or however many quilts you do this with, will be so wonky, you'll probably give up quilting because nothing will come together right. So that's what it means by finished and unfinished. You start out with a 10-inch block, but when you're finished, it's not a 10-inch block. So that's what it means by finished or unfinished sizes. like here, when you're finished, it's supposed to measure 45 inches by 45 inches. That tells you what size you'll need to get your backing, what size of batting you'll need by looking at the finished size. So as we do our first quilting lesson, I will explain this further as we go along, so it's not as confusing. But the math is not hard. The only time the math gets confusing is if you are creating a pattern, which I do. So that is the only time I have to do some real math, is when I'm calculating patterns and trying to make blocks fit together. But you as a quilter, your main concern are seam allowances, how much fabric you need to buy. So when you consider buying fabric, it'll tell you, like this one, my quilt requires 3 yards of fabric. That's 1 yard of the red, 1 yard of the cream, and 1 yard of the floral. So the pattern should pretty well do all the math for you. You don't have to do anything a whole lot complicated. The only complications is when, like I said, when you're making your own patterns. So don't stress. And if you have any questions when we go through the quilting pattern, I'll clear up the mud. So that's it for math. That wasn't hard at all. So I'll see y'all in the next lesson, and it is how to cut your fabric. So that will be a fun one. I love cutting fabric, and I hope that you become a lover of cutting fabrics too. So I'll see you next time.